Hello and welcome to Doctor's Orders here at the Chrissy B Show. I'm Dr Rob Hicks. Today I'd like to chat with you about stress because, let's be honest, we all suffer from stress at some point in our lives. It might be once or twice a year, but it could be more frequently than that. Now, a little bit of stress every now and then is good for us. It helps us to perform well, it keeps us on our toes, and if we find ourselves in a dangerous situation, it will help us get out of that situation safely. But what we don't want is that long-term, everyday, chronic stress that just grinds us down. Physically, that weakens our immune system, leaving us more susceptible to infections like coughs and colds. It also contributes to high blood pressure, which in turn increases our risk of heart attacks and strokes. From an emotional point of view, long-term chronic stress makes us more likely to suffer with anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. So how do you recognize when you might be suffering with stress? Well, there are a number of symptoms that people describe when they are under stress. Sweaty palms, for example, a racing heart, butterflies in the stomach, maybe needing to go to the toilet more frequently. I know when I'm feeling stressed, I get a tired pulling sensation around my eyes, which is basically my body telling me, Rob, you need to do something to relax and unwind. And relaxing and unwinding is incredibly important. So how do you manage stress? How do you deal with it? Well, the first thing is to try and identify what's causing the stress. So it might be that you're always late for meetings. It might be that you're always late for work. And if that's the case, think about perhaps reorganizing meetings to a different time. If possible, starting work at a different time, using a different route to get to work, a different mode of transport. If it's that people keep interrupting you when you're trying to get a piece of work finished, then explain to them that you're trying to finish your piece of work by, let's say, 3 o'clock, and if they don't mind, please could they not disturb you until you're finished, unless of course it's an emergency. But what happens if you can't immediately avoid the stress that's causing you all the problems? Let's say, for example, you really don't like your job and you need to find a new job, or you've got some problems within your relationship that you need to work through. You can see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it may be a matter of weeks, months, possibly even longer before you can get rid of that stress. Well, this is where you can take steps on a daily basis to relieve your stress. Exercise, for example, is very, very good at relieving stress. It releases the endorphin hormones that actually lift our spirits and lift our mood and help us calm down as far as stress is concerned. You might want to take 5 minutes out every hour, is something I recommend to people, to do something relaxing. And that might be simply making a cup of tea. It might be looking at some photographs of happy memories. It may be jogging on the spot. It may be doing some deep breathing exercises. Anything that works for you. One of the things that I have on my desk at work is a tennis ball. So if I'm finding myself stressed, I can reach for this, I give it a few squeezes, I might bounce it up and down, or if it's safe to do so, I might throw it against the wall and catch it. And what that does is very quickly, it distracts me from the stress, it puts me in a position where I'm relaxed, and actually, mentally, I'm in a position where I can address the cause of stress more effectively and more efficiently. And I call that my instant distresser. And you may have something like that as well that you use. Again, a photograph of a happy memory, some music, a favourite passage in a book, anything that immediately moves you away from the stress and helps you to relax and unwind. In addition, to taking 5 minutes out every hour to relax and unwind, I think it's really important that we spend more time doing the things we enjoy doing. So I recommend to people that you take at least 30 minutes a day to do something that you really find pleasurable, that really makes you feel good. And don't feel guilty about doing that. It's called self-caring, and it helps you be more productive in the future, and indeed it'll keep a handle on stress for you. Now, if you find that you're under so much stress it's really getting you down, it's affecting your work, it's affecting your home life, it's affecting your relationships, and particularly if it's making you feel depressed, then please seek the advice of your doctor and get some help. Because the bottom line is, you can get in control of stress and stop it from controlling you. And that is Doctor's Orders.